welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. Here's a news story the mainstream media won't tell you about. An MS-13 gang member was sentenced to 40 years in prison this week for murdering a child. The child was 15 years old. The gang member murdered this child as part of his initiation into MS-13. Just to be part of this horrendous gang, you have to murder a kid. Guess what the murderer's gang nickname was? That's right, Animal. Animal talked to the child while he was stabbing him, while he was killing him. The kid asked, "Are you going to kill me?" And the animal said, "Yeah, we own you." And liberals are trying to tell us these vicious savages aren't animals. Remember, 6 days ago, the mainstream media about blew their stack because President Trump called these gang members animals. The mainstream media lied. They said the president called all illegal immigrants animals. And then liberals jumped to the defense of murderers like this one. Nancy Pelosi said all people have a spark of divinity and there's dignity and worth in every person. Except unborn persons, right, Nancy? And now, less than a week after the left freaked out over President Trump saying these vicious gang members were animals, an MS-13 gang member is sentenced to 40 years in prison for brutally killing a child, and this gang member's gang nickname is Animal. Where is the mainstream media reporting on this? Let's not forget, the crimes MS-13 has committed in our country include beheading, ripping out the hearts of live victims, sexual torture, amputated hands, running over their victims with a car, gunshots to the back of the head, mutilation by machete, slashing open the stomachs of their victims, and plain old murder and stabbing children to death. So when are we going to wake up in our nation and tell liberals in government enough is enough? This country is our country. MS-13 gang members who are not citizens of our country do not have a right to be here. Why are liberals defending the horrible criminals who commit the worst of the worst crimes in our nation? Liberals love to point fingers at the NRA, Republicans, and gun owners, and blame us for school shootings. But when a 15-year-old child is brutally murdered by an animal gang member, all the left can do is condemn President Trump for condemning that murderer? Let's not forget, if we had a border wall, if we had border security, if we deported criminal aliens instead of shielding them from deportation, if we stopped letting illegal immigrants cross our borders and vetted people before we let them into our country, these murders at the hands of criminal alien MS-13 gang members would not happen. But the left doesn't care about that. And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.